to say how much it's blowing, but I'd say 20 plus. Judging on the white caps and stuff, and just the way the boats move. 14-foot-6 post boat doing 5.5 knots. So we're doing pretty good. I can't get to that reefing line, the other reefing line, unfortunately. I don't have enough hands at the moment. And it looks very untidy, but she feels like a little keelboat. Not at all like a dinghy. It's a very exciting day. Oh dear, it's all in Greek. No way. What was I thinking? Look at this. Okay. Now this is Lefkada. There's Preveza. And the Aktio airport is there. And well, that's interesting. To go all the way over there. And then in the morning, when the wind comes from the northeast, just reach down here. There's the boat we're going in, little post boat by Character Boats. Well, probably should have 2 reefs in the main, a lot of weather helm, but if I can keep it on a broad reach, then we're okay. Not too bad releasing the main. You just well, it's hard with one hand steering and doing it, but tiller tamer. Very handy. It's just this little lever here. I can concentrate on the sheet. Wind builds every afternoon from the northwest, so probably should have gone with 2 reefs, but once I get around that headland on the way into Vinitsa, I might come up into the wind and take another reef, but I'm not doing too badly. Once I get around this headland and out of the swell, I'll heave to and tidy up a little bit. Kind of took off and the wind probably picked up another 5 to 8 knots and wasn't quite organized. Anyway, you'll see there's a decent little swell here, and if I was to heave to here, I'd probably get quite a lot of spray coming the boat, and I'm doing really well. It's very nice sailing. Broad reach, is sitting on just under 5 knots, and I had a little surf over 6. So yeah, really good. There's a monohull with only its genoa up. Going in the same direction. Race must be on, eh? I'm going to jibe in a minute or two, and you can see just round the corner there is nice flat water. Those mountains in the distance, I don't know if you can see are covered in snow in the winter time, but today, I don't know what the date is today, something like the 20th of September or something, and it must be, I don't know, it must be 28 degrees here. Pretty good. Bit of a confused sea here, just because the island and some reef coming up underneath us and whatever. I guess I better get back to steering and getting ready to jibe in there. Okay, so we're on starboard tack now. With the light behind me, I don't mind going a little closer. Able to see these rocks that extend quite far out. There is a little lighthouse there. It's daylight. Getting along at a clip. Every now and again get a surf over 6 knots. Not bad. Very enjoyable day. Must be blowing 25 here now. The wind just probably building up against that bit of land there, and every now and again we catch a really nice surf. Watch out for these rocks. Well, you wouldn't say it's windy out there. We're in the lee of this headland here, and well, that other boat put its sail away, but we'll just coast along, and here comes a gust now. It's hard to know what direction it's going to come from. Looks like it's going to be from like a close reach or something. It swirls all around this little headland. There it comes. You can see it coming over the water. Come on now. I did tidy up that reef line. It's good. Interesting. Yeah, we're back in the breeze. It's pretty fluky. Every now and again, just like almost lays me over. Here comes another gust now. So I rolled half the Genoa away. It's not the ideal furler for that, but it does the job. Every now and again, a little gust just there it comes now. I must say, I really love this postboat. Just amazing how steady she feels, you know. Gives you a great deal of confidence in the boat, you know. There's some amazing houses. Just incredible. Somebody's made their own dock and swimming place there. It's just amazing. And you can see that the calm here, we're behind this little piece of land here, and then right after it, I don't know if you can see that wind again. I'll sail into the bay, try and look for a spot to spend the night. I might go into Vinica for dinner, sail back out, stay here. That little bay, lovely and flat. The music though, just blaring out all the time. It's not going to be peaceful. And the other problem is the wind's going to be coming from there. So I'll be on a lee shore overnight and into the morning. So got to find a better spot to stop. This is nice, flat water, good bit of breeze, broad reaching. Gust. But we're in the lee of this land here, so there's no swell at all. But we're flying. Probably still too far to see it, but there's a lovely fort. I can change the zoom. There's a lovely fort above the town up there. Might go for a walk there and show you that either this evening or tomorrow morning. Full strength of the wind back. Perfect angle back there. That's a nice little bay, but again the wind's going to be coming from there overnight and into the morning, so it's going to be on a lee shore. Amazing. Amazing. So this is interesting, just to show you the characteristics of the boat. I rolled the jib away, and I used the tiller tamer to just leave the tiller amidships, and I left this fairly slack, and she just kind of sits beam on to the wind, and I was able to just reef without really doing anything. We're just kind of, you can see the wake, we're sort of crabbing along. Every now and again she makes a bit of headway, and just with the weather helm just naturally heads up into the breeze. The boat is beautifully balanced, it really is. Amazing. I have to release the lazy jacks, which also act as a topping lift. But just sit here for a moment. If I sit on the leeward side, it's kind of even better. Yeah. So I don't really need to heave to, because I just rolled the jib away and she's just sitting there. And there's a good, like probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 knots, somewhere there, every now and again, gusts and whatever. But she's just sitting like a scaffy, beam on to the wind. Be careful this boom doesn't whack me in the head. And there she veered away a little bit on her own, and then she gets a bit away, and the weather helm kicks in again, and then just feathers the main. Really amazing. So that's how easy it is to move this tiller clutch. You just, so sailing with a fully reefed main. Well, there's only 2 reefs in the sail. I feel like you could actually do with another one, because she's got a lot of sail area, and she goes well off the breeze without a jib. I suspect that she'll have quite a bit of weather helm without that jib up, and so it might just let out a foot or something. I'm just going to sail through the marina here, see if there's a spot for me. There looks like there is space on the wall, so that's okay. That's the fort up there. It's a bit tough filming with the phone, steering and the sails. The little camera that I bought doesn't have great quality, but we'll see what happens. There's the fort up there. At some point I think I'll have to jibe. There's a copy of Bernard Moitessier's boat called Mambo here. I don't know if they're still here. I'll have a look. Well, there's nice people on this boat here. And this boat here help me tie up. And so I'm just going to get sorted, get my sleeping stuff out for the night, and then I'm going to eat with these guys. There's the fort up there. That little pop-up tent is quite amazing. It goes up in about 30 seconds. It's quite incredible, and it just happens to fit very nicely under the Dodger and the postboat, so I'm hoping for a good night's sleep. So this is Mambo, which is the exact same boat as Bernard Moitessier's, and you can just see the pedigree. A go anywhere boat, absolutely amazing, here in Vinica.
That's a big boat.
These are my my two neighbors. Very kindly came and gave me a hand to come in last night. David and Brent. There's a castle here, medieval castle in Vinica. Stands on the hill, so it obviously gives a really nice vantage point of the bay and the town. That light offshore breeze, more a northeaster today, which is a pity. But there's the bay over there. I was past last night, and all those boats are on a lee shore, which I'm never keen to do. It was probably very peaceful there, much more peaceful than in Vinica itself. Not much wind. I'm just going to drop my anchor over there in front of that little wooden jetty and drift back. If I have to swim a few yards, not a problem. This is a little charging device. It doesn't need a controller because it's got a little controller on the back that converts it straight to the phone voltage and amperage. Pretty handy. Just had a bit of lunch down there. Might take a nap here in the shade. Hey, you puss. How many of these strays are there? There's so many. Noisy neighbors. So, left that little bay back there about half an hour ago or so, and heading for Coronisia. It's quite a unique place, little island in the Gulf, and you can get there by car, a skinny little road which is pretty well photographed, quite well known for the bird life, flamingos and that sort of thing. Running with the reef because I was going to try and go all the way up there, but it got a bit rough. So change course. Always better to sail downwind. Well, that was a strange occurrence. I got to within a mile of the harbour and thought it would be pertinent to ring ahead and speak to one of the restaurants where I've eaten before. A guy I spoke to, I didn't know, but he basically told me that it was really dangerous. And I mean, it's a big place. There definitely would have been a place for me. But he told me that, it was impossible to get into the harbour that day because of the wind and conditions, and basically talked me out of going there. So I had to beat back to the spot that I'd been at in the morning. And it was tough going into the breeze, fully reefed. And the really strange thing is that a friend of mine sent me a message later on, thought that I was there, and they made it there just fine. This is the little pop-up tent, and I must say I'm really grateful for the mosquito netting, because I had to get up and adjust the anchor line, and just in that short space of time, a couple of mosquitoes got in here, so they're out there. And the good thing about it is they had nowhere to hide, so for once I had my way with them. I'll switch this off a second. Anything you can see out there. There is that beach bar down there. It's closed now. There's no one really around. That's the really nice part about going out in a boat and just being like completely detached away from people. And although I'm awake at 3:30, so it's sleep's not exactly the best, but it's just that peace of mind of being away from civilization and away from everybody. Not my family, obviously, but it also means that you've got to bring everything with you that you think you might need. If you think you might get a headache, you better bring, Panadol or whatever, because you're not just going to the bathroom cupboard or driving down to the emergency pharmacy or something. And the same with tools or equipment or whatever. The trip actually, it's going to be 3 days overall, but it was 2 weeks in the planning and taking everything with me that I thought I might need. Better get up and use the easterly. It's why I didn't anchor in these two bays on my way to Venitsa. Was I knew that I'd be on a lee shore. I'm tucked up here pretty nicely behind this headland here. But while the easterly's out, so I decided to come back here last night because it's really quick to get around the point and to sail home while the easterly's up. So better get going. So this sleeping mat, pretty interesting. It's got two valves. This one will let air out. This one will let air in. So when you're inflating it, you just pop this one in, open, and it fills with air. And when you're running it out, see. It's very convenient actually. The sky doesn't look so good. That red sky this morning. Some storm clouds building over there, so heading back towards Previso on the easterly.